Alright, well, everybody, welcome back to more Enderal. I am, of course, BogMod, and last time, we went to the Fun Temple of Fun! The Funtiple, if you will. And things happened. Let's just say that the, Relata may not be as big a player as they were anymore. Well, with their leadership possibly transcending the physical realm?
In the shackles of lust, presented
Possibly not.
by the poets.
Obvious, please.
I wouldn't be entirely surprised if they, they finished, they succeeded entirely, right? They transcended the realm of the physical. And then the high ones were there and were like, hi! And then ate their faces. Their non-corporeal faces. Yeah, let me throw some things in here. Guess I will leave that for a little while, so I'll put it away for later. Of course, we do have 2 Swords of Atonement. I'm going to keep those. Father's Legacy. Now, this is just... I can't just sell that. I'm going to store that. For later. For posterity. And, of course, we've got to store my otherworldly flesh. Oh, right. Spell. Summon Abomination. I mean, I do want to summon an Abomination. I'm not going to lie about that sort of thing. Ugh. It's so hot today. Yes. So horribly hot. So if I run off to dunk my head under a bucket of ice water or something, just bear with me.
My friend. Of course.
First of all, sell that. Sell those. Those. Don't sell that. Ooh, an unholy axe. Battle axe. Ooh. Technically, it does more damage than my greatsword. Hmm. 25% chance of auto death versus human-sized opponents is badass. Yes, and it's pretty good. But I mean, I made this fancy sword. I can't just throw it away.
Safe travels.
Also, I'm a little concerned about dear old dad. Alright, where are we? What? Right. Let's do part of something momentous. Part 4. Talk to Lashari in the dancing mud.
Wow, that's nice armor you're wearing there.
Sir, between darkness and light.
Which I believe is the foreign quarter. How do weapons even work when you're a werewolf? Out of curiosity. Like, would your claws get the bonus of your weapons or something?
In a bed, sorry.
Ooh, she wants to meet me upstairs. Let's drop a save. Ah! I fell into the basement by accident. You know how it is.
Me.
That's a
Stew.
pipe of peace.
Roast pork.
Maybe I don't want to do this storyline right now. Maybe let's see what else is there to do. I mean, I could do Blood in the Sand. Right? You know, we could investigate the old lighthouse. That could be fun. I could kill Six Hoof. I guess I can't pretend I didn't see that.
Sorry.
I liked Lashiri. Jesper? Jesper, there's... Can you come with me? Can you come with me? No? Alright, Jesper.
Walk blessed, my son. Light fades away.
Prophet, are you in there?
Gerard, what? Why? What have you done?
Yeah, she was dead already.
What? No. I will not accept this. I will not accept this, damn it! Forgive me. This is simply too much. Yes, I know, Neha. But she was a good woman.
We both know that we're not involved in this. So please tell me why you and Lashari wanted to meet up here? Were the two of you close? It's been a while since there was a man at Lashari's side.
I mean, where's the option of I was hoping? It wasn't like that.
So why?
Do I lie? Do I...
What? Then this
Yeah,
bastard
why not?
had
I'll tell him the
orders.
truth. What could go wrong?
Lashari, why the secrecy? Maybe the murderer has left a clue. We have to search.
I mean, the sword in her might be a clue. Oh, she was recently killed. Her body still has some warmth in it.
What's this? Let me see. Yes! This could be our clue. No, certainly not. But come to think about it, it doesn't really help us either. There are so many dust addicts in Ark, it would take years just to count them. Oh, by the name of the sun, I will inform the Order. Yes, you do that. But come back to the temple as soon as you're finished, alright? The Archmagister has found something out about those sources we need for the beacon, even though we paid a high price for it.
It gets worse for me. No! No, I don't want it to get worse. I like Lashiri. Don't see any other clues in here, though. Alright, guess we go to the Sun Temple.
Oi, you there. Don't look at me like that. Looking for trouble,
You. I heard you passed the trial without going to the novitiate. Congratulations, I guess. The Grand Master must think highly
Ah,
of you.
if it isn't the Prophet. What's wrong? You look troubled.
Let's go straight. You know, why sugarcoat this?
I know. Shah Rim has already told me.
No, why would you ask if I look troubled then?
Apologies or not, she was a fine young mage, and her knowledge of the Pyreans was impressive. We need to find the ones who did this, and fast. But you probably already know that. Thank Malphus we just had a breakthrough with the beacon. At least as far as the sockets go, yes. In the old tablets you found in old Dothugrad, there's talk of black embers, which are supposed to be some kind of energy supply for the machine.
Yeah.
This is what we've been asking ourselves over the past few weeks. And then it felt like a pelt from
Wait,
our eyes.
weeks?
The Pyreans were talking about the black pearls. Old jewels, sometimes known as blackstones. They appeared for the first time in the Golden Era, and every self-important noble literally fought to get one in his possession. Apparently they originated from Stormwind, the old city in the heart of Octwind. They changed owners for decades, sometimes by violence, sometimes by gold. The whole thing only stopped when the owners took note of an undesirable side effect, if you like.
Lexel and Lishari wrote a book together. Aww. Was it about how great I am?
No, at least not with any known magic. And that's what's so strange about it. Nevertheless, all of their owners eventually shared the same fate. Countess Katua from Nerim, for example, whose castle burnt down to its foundations. According to a survivor of this tragedy, she was to blame for that. He claimed that he saw her the night it happened, laughing hysterically and dancing in the dining room, summoning waves of fire all around her. She was not previously known to have any magical talent in her. Correct. Plus, all of them eventually showed similar symptoms of delusion, like those possessed by the Red Madness too. A peculiar coincidence, if you ask me.
About the Pyreans, eh?
Not quite.
Those who owned a pearl tried to get rid of it, or lock it up somewhere safe. And eventually they fell into oblivion.
That's a different game.
Tell him your theory, Archmagister.
Yes, of course. We believe that the stones carry energy, pure, uncontrolled magic, and that the High Ones use them for their own purposes. Correct. The Pearl's magic make their owners powerful, but the High Ones befoul them, so to speak. Like a poison potion. I know it sounds odd, but the parallels are too striking to ignore. The red shimmer in the victim's eyes, the slow descent into madness, and ultimately this irrational, destructive act of violence. That's what we thought too, but it seems we were wrong. Maybe the High Ones never leave our planes at all, even after the cleansing. Maybe they're even part of this world, just like the tides or the elements. And the death of the gods is only what really sets them rolling, so to speak.
Maybe, you know, they just find their ways to get their jollies in the meanwhile.
That's a question I've been asking myself since we first learned of the cycle. Who knows? Maybe they like for us to suffer. Or maybe they see us as we see ants, whose lives simply mean nothing. Or maybe the very concept of intentions is meaningless to them. That's what we think, yes. Nothing else in this world possesses that much raw power.
Which is why you will find them for us. No, because we know what we are dealing with. Unlike those who fell victim to the stones. Imagine them as a powerful, magical sword. A fool won't know how to wield it and will eventually cut himself with it. A seasoned warrior, however, can use its power for his purposes. Which doesn't mean, however, that we will be careless with them. What we need is their energy, and once we have transferred that to the beacon, their shells will be useless to the High Ones. Correct.
Yeah, I was about to say, my only flaw in your reasoning that I can think of is, what about...
No, because we know what we are dealing with. Imagine them...
No, but again...
What we need is their energy.
Yeah, their poisoned energy that you're going to put into the beacon against them.
We don't need all of them. The beacon has 3 sockets, and that is how many of the stones we will acquire. Archmagister.
I studied the history of the pearls as a young arcanist, and I think that my notes might give you some hints as to where you should start looking. Give me until tomorrow. By then I will have prepared the relevant excerpts. Just come to me whenever you have questions.
And hurry. I take it you have already noticed this, but Nerimi's troops are roaming our land and building outposts, and the Red Madness is also getting worse as we speak. Now go, Prophet. The sooner we find these stones, the better.
Alright.
A machine that can banish these High Ones. The mysteries of this world are endless, aren't they?
Yes.
Pathlessness.
Yes, that
Wherever
just
you
might
look.
work.
Where is this supposed to
Alright. Wait till... Okay. I guess I could do this.
be? Huh?
What time is it? 7 p.m.
You, I don't want to be nosy, but is it true you were inside the memories of a dead Korean? That is incredible.
People do like to gossip.
My sir?
Sir, good evening. Sure, where to?
But I mean, like, yeah, I'm not fully convinced about this plan. So, well, you see, we have these poisoned magical artifacts. We'll take their poisoned magical energy and put them into our one hope to stop the High Ones, and hopefully that will work. I'm not saying it can't work. I just have concerns. Ah! Buddy! I didn't want to fight you. I literally paused to go around you. You, though. I mean, free crab meat is free crab meat. That wasn't such a bad little trip. I think I see a murder cat. It is a murder cat. Alright, anyone have a spare bed out here? There we are, Mr. Copperhammer.
Letter? No, never. Sorry. Listen, if Craig sent you because of what happened at the lighthouse, tell him I'm sorry. I should never have hit him, even though I'll never forgive him for what he did. Dead? What? But why? How? Me? But I'm sorry. This is a lot to take in. I don't know what to say.
They really want to hammer that wall.
Jesus, you're serious about this? Damn it! I didn't kill Craig or Sarah. Why would I do that? You know that already, don't you? Craig kept my part of our inheritance. He simply didn't tell me there was one when our father died 3 years ago. Because a fellow sailor from Doonville told me that Craig bought jewelry for his woman in Ark, and immediately sounded fishy to me. Craig never had a head for money, and working the plantations doesn't pay well, so I... blazes. I still can't believe they're dead. Who on Vin would do this? I hired a mercenary who looked into it, and it's true. Our father had a small stash of 2,000 pennies, which Craig took all for himself. Trust me, I wish it weren't so. What do you think? I wanted answers. The bloody fool insisted that our father didn't leave us an inheritance, and that he just found the money for the jewelry in front of his house one day. Ugh, made me snap. Aye, we beat the tar out of each other. Blazes, can you believe it? My brother is dead. My last memory of him is a blasted brawl. Couple of bruises and cuts, no worse than I was. After we got it out of our system, we went back home. I to the ship and he to Doonville. Let's talk about it again once we've cooled our heads a little. I guess that won't happen anytime soon if what you say is true. Find the bastard who did this. I want to see him hanged. Bled in an Iron Maiden. Promise me.
I feel like you gotta pick one of those two.
Aye. He had always been a bad liar. He owed Karamia some money. Doonville's loan shark. Other than that, he had no enemies. Neither him nor his companion. I see why you're doing this. I can only hope you're going to.
It's because I'm a man of justice.
Tell the captain about this, then we can go.
Ah, there you are. Darius Copperhammer's dagger. Hidden under a rock in the graveyard.
More scum coming in every day. Blazes. Where's this
Metal
place
reflects
lead us?
sunlight.
We only have room
Something
for so many
Darius
people.
apparently forgot. Several of his fellow sailors confirmed it. Yes, he doesn't deny that the dagger is his, but claims that someone stole it and is trying to frame him. As far as I'm concerned, the matter is clear. What did your little visit to Karamir uncover?
I can't remember, actually. I'm gonna say she hated him.
I did some research myself while you were hunting down Darius and Karamir. According to a friend from the guard, one of her debtors had a fatal accident 2 years ago. A fisherman, 60 winters old. In other words, the woman clearly isn't a nun. Problem is, the Overseer wants the matter solved. Now. They'd send them right back to us or hang them both. To Ark folk, us Dunevillers are all pathless scum. In Duneville, we solve our own problems. Prison or the gallows, I don't know. You see my problem? Honestly, no idea. This is as much my case as it is yours. What do you say? Darius or Karamir? And I guess it's up to me, isn't it? Great.
I was gonna say,
By the way, thanks
can't
for
I
helping out.
can't I look around
You
more?
earned this. I need a bloody drink now. Come on, I'm buying.
You know, I find it ironic how much he paid. Resolving this random murder in Duneville paid as much as working for the father.
First of the Golden Moon, 8233.
I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something in this storyline.
Pity. He was a good man.
There is no answer to that. Really?
Watch yourself out there. The sandstorms can get real ugly.
I can't talk to him either. Huh. What's the point? Oh, all right. I am my initial inclination, honestly, is that Darius is innocent. But I only say this for metagame reasons. Alright? I had the rhetorics option to trick him into confessing, or not trick him, but confronting him and making him admit what he did. And it feels like, you know, with how these kind of systems and games work, that if you can do that sort of special thing and have the guy still not give you the, you know, the true answer, the skill never had the point. So for that reason alone, I'm inclined to think that he didn't actually kill the guy. In fact, since I didn't realize that I wouldn't be able to be like, actually, having looked around and thought about it more, I think it's what's his is. I'm gonna load.
Ah, there. Darius Copperhammer's dagger. Metal reflects sunlight. Something Darius apparently. Several of his fellow sailors confirmed it. Yes, as far as I'm concerned, the matter is clear. I did some research. Problem is.
So I'm going to actually say it was the loan shark.
We solve our own prison or the
I think honestly, you don't have enough to go on.
You see my problem? Honestly, no idea. This is a fair point. What a giant load of horse shit, all this. Well, either way, thanks for helping out. Here, you earned this. I need a bloody drink now.
Yay! Well, at least I'm getting drunk. But I mean, like, yeah. If you have, you know, if one of the options is the guy's like, I didn't do it. And you're like, but I have super conversation powers. And he's like, I didn't do it. Well, then you're like, oh, okay. Then you probably didn't do it. I don't think that's necessarily the greatest reason to think that he's innocent. But certainly is what I am going to go with. As I jump on top of this hay for a second. Alright, let's go back to Urk. Which option did you take, I wonder? Did you pick one of them? Did you set them, say either? It could be maybe neither of them. What was your answer? Or alternatively, other people who may be watching this, what would you have done?
Hymn of the Desert King.
My sir?
Is the sun, light as the
An outlander? What are you doing in this part of the city? Shouldn't you be...
Well, I can have a nice little nap. In Manor BogMod. And I will sleep and think about how Lashir is dead. You thought it was the brother time. Did you have the rhetoric? I'm curious. Did you have the rhetoric to make him be like, oh, fine, you caught me. We fought. Because I can well imagine if you didn't have the rhetoric, I could see why one might think it was the brother. Maybe I'll do this old Sultiris. Once I find it on my map. Is it not on my map? Come to see that it's... Kate's just saying this. Come to see that it's supposed to be a frontier justice situation where neither answer is satisfactory. Fair enough. I can see that. I certainly didn't find the initial answer satisfactory. Where's old Sultiris? No, wait. Change of plan. Change of plan, everybody. I'm going to do that castle.
So many strange faces.
Fresh from the oven. Treat yourself.
Between
Just got to travel to Riverville.
Sir, walk blessed.
Right. And so while I fly to Riverville, I'm going to refresh my supply of cool beverage. 1 second. All right, there we are. So, just gotta keep going west. This sounds like a job for my mighty steed. Yes, run over those peasants. Keep following the road. Just go west. You know, I haven't been out this way in a while. I expect by now all of the enemies will have respawned. So, you know, expect Revenge of the Wolves. expect more random muggers on the road. They are, of course, will be very, very outclassed at this point. Yeah, like that guy.
Oh, shit!
And see, what are they carrying? Virtually nothing. They're carrying so little, I'm not going to even bother looting their bodies. That... Oh. You're dead? Pretty sure I won't. Alright, I'll take his skull. Well, they could have hit my horse with those arrows, you know. Don't worry, Whirlwind. I've gotten rid of the bad men. Go south. Check. Oh. Just stay here, buddy. Don't hurt my horse. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope the bad man didn't hurt you. I'm gonna go this way, I believe. Yes. Nope. Don't worry, buddy. I'll deal with the skeletons. Hey! Don't say mean things to my horse. Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry. I've taken care of the bad men. Take it this way. So, this is up this way should be that castle I saw way back at the start of the game. And it was all like, you can't go there yet, it'll kill you. And the joke was on them. Everywhere I went killed me. Here we are. Initial fleshish ones, not worry. Castle Goldenford. You have a queasy feeling, a vague, powerful presence. Something, or perhaps its absence, seems to hinder her from taking a physical form. So somewhere in here, there's a ghost. Not much. Hello, Mr. Well. Nope. I mean, it's a bit of a fixer-upper. I don't know if it's a bad place. Giant dragon head. Yes, an ice claw, everybody. Already the journey has been worth it. I don't know if this is what a path-abiding person should have in their graveyard? I need to steal something from the museum to fight her. Oh, I don't want to rob from the museum. But I suppose, for the sake of justice, I may do that later. A plated lost one. There's a key. I wonder if that key is what I would get by murdering the ghost. Press key. There we are. Hello, little fleshy one, or fleshless one. Ow. Bad skeleton. Yeah, I'm definitely outgeared for this place. That looks like a trap. That looks like a trap. Ha ha! I knew it was a trap. Oh, here we are. The inventory ledger. 3 tons of fish, 4 chickens, a few sacks of flour. There it is remain. The prison to this portion. Okay. Sounds like there's a bit of a mystery in this place. Hello? I know you're around here. There you are. Come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. He can deal with it. That's what he's for, after all. Hey, look, the piping. Bed. Skeletons. Did it just say you gotten brain rot? Did it? I didn't notice that. I mean, you know, it's quite possible. I tend to, I'm very bad for noticing. Yes, I have the brain rot. That's why I have this cure disease potion. Right, so we had, ooh, it's oak flesh. So I had the brain rot, but I'm okay now, everybody. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, no more diseases. I'm disease free. It's just a little brain rot. But I remember when I first found out I think I had a case of rabies in this game. I had literally no idea how long I'd had it. I suspect... Oh, right. He's just exploding. I suspect I'd had it for literally hours of gameplay. That some wolf had given it to me early on. And I just never realized it. The key! Excellent. And a Staff of Frostbite. Take that, and that. Yes, good, good. Foaming at the mouth while talking to the Grandmaster. Probably. But, like I said, I mean, you're watching this, and you noticed it, but I didn't. So that just goes to show how unperceptive I am about certain things. Hello? Skeletons? Oh, there you are. Ah! Well, there you were. Little pea sweet, little Eterna ears. Maybe he just thought the foaming at the mouth was because I was a prophet. Right? I mean, it's... Ah! Oh! Oh, I didn't notice you there! Sneaky! Oh, that made me jump a bit. But, like, he didn't... You know, he had no idea what the prophet was going to be like. Ooh, this is a very fancy place so far. Fine clothes. Hey guys. Hey, it's Miss Goldenford. You know you were surrounded by the living dead, miss? I'm not sure if you realized that, but you were. Yoink. Ooh. And what happened here? I mean, I don't want to judge, miss. But do you realize there was a skeleton on your bed? Oh, here we are. There's a sickness. So it looks like maybe what happened here was a case of the red madness. That slew them all. Nope. Well, what's down here? Ooh. A secret passageway. Neat. Which is the way I want to go up, I think. So am I right? Is that what happened here? There was a case of the red madness that drove everyone to kill. The breathing I could hear, a phasmalist soul. Okay. Well, that's neat. I'm still not 100% on what that means, though. If you could explain what a phasmalist soul actually is. I'm the wrong class. Oh. Alright. And here I thought that was just spooky ambience music. Well, I think I've looted this place about of all that I can loot it. There's a few more books I could grab, but Phasmas find souls and make them to JoJo stands to fight for them. Oh. But that's different from what I do, which is summon horrible magical abominations to fight for me. Oh, wait. There it is. This thing. As you can see, and collect souls. Construct ghostly companions for you from the souls of dead people. And then at the very top, I can make talismans from those souls. You can do both as a phasmalist. Oh. Neat. Neat. Wait. Okay, I'll go back. And I will look up. I think I've looked it up before, haven't I? What am I looking at? Aside from the time vortex. That's an ominous warning. So just remember the time vortex. Okay. Alright, well I think I've explored this place then. Ooh, I heard a ghostly scream. All that's left is to try and go over there. Well, hello, magical temple. Ow. Bad. Bad skeletons. I mean, I know many ways to... I'm gonna rob the dead, or the gods, I suppose. But I mean, if I've learned anything from all of this, is that the gods are dead, so they can't get upset at me for robbing them. Alright, well that is Golden Ford, I suppose.
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city.
Yeah?
Many of you may
No,
have heard
I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it.
Fancy. Main quest. Yes, I agree. We'll have to do the main quest some more. But first, I must sell my loot.
Swords, looking for steel. Everything for the path-abiding soldier.
Dagger of Despair!
Come again.
I think I'll need to take another nap.
My sir?
I think I should hold on to that. Just gotta sell my magic stuff.
Huh? Can I help you? Sure. Take a look.
Bananas, the freshest fruits right from the Farmer's Coast and Doomville.
Walk last.
Another long nap should cover things.
Shackles of Lust, presented by the poets.
My sir?
Monsieur?
Hey, you're an adventurer, aren't you? I bet you've got a lot of stories to tell.
I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna be right back. I really need, I think, to try and position a fan or something. 1 second. Alright, so let me know. That feels better on my end. Can you hear the fan, though? Because if it's going to complicate my audio, I will not. I will suffer the heat for the sake of my audience. But if it's not an issue, then I'll enjoy the coolness of the air. But please let me know
Yes.
if it's noticeable and distracting.
I'm gonna be an adventurer.
Alright, well apparently it's fine. And that's wonderful, because I need that. I need that fan. I need it.
Ah, there you are. Did you find it?
Yes, here. But
Hmm.
be careful. Okay? Magister Ragon will have us flavored
What?
You.
Oh, you're here.
Good to see you.
I thought you were in the city.
The prodigy, huh?
Magister ordered
Apparently, we owe you for the shards of this.
Hey, buddy.
Hello. Well, finding out about the Blackstones was definitely a big step forwards. But still, we're left with a myriad of questions. Sometimes I feel pathetic, to be honest. Like a child, asked to understand the functioning of a Starling airship. Ah, yes, here. There they are. I've marked the most relevant parts so you don't have to read the entire book. Just see if they tell you anything that could give you a clue as to where you should start searching. I will be waiting at the beacon.
Okay.
How can one tell?
Black Light, Part 1. So I assume I've got some notes. Lexil's notes. Here we are. The Enderal noble house Dalveric. Excellent. So the Dalveric household burned down 3 decades ago. The Order of the Apothecari was in possession of a stone. So, there are 2 notes. The Dalveric Enderalian noble house and the Order of the Apothecari. And apparently, he wrote his notes on the leather of the damned, maybe? I don't know.
Someone else is afflicted.
Why? Scared you've caught it, are you?
That is not funny. You know, I've had this feeling that there's something wrong with Yarrow for quite some time, long before it happened.
You don't say. His wife was murdered. Don't you think that would have thrown you out of balance too? Path abiding.
Oh. Oh.
Enderalian or not?
Lots of things are popping up now.
Her death broke him, yes. But there was no hatred in him, only grief. The hatred only came shortly before he did it.
So, we've got... Talk to the apothecary in the Undercity. The apothecary... Oh, Jesper, all the dead souls. The Dalverics. Jesper's family. Oh. Oh. Enter the Ketron Delgaze estate. No, I knew. I thought when I saw the apothecary, I'm like, I'm gonna have to go back to the Undercity. I admit, when I saw Dalveric, I thought it was the group.
Sorry, but
I thought I was missing something from over. Dalmeric. A song in the silence broke me. Oh no! Oh no! I don't want to be broken. Maybe we'll put that one off for later. You know what? Let's talk to Jesper. I like Jesper. He's a good guy.
Trying to say that, well, maybe we all should be careful. Maybe it was Yarrow's grief,
what?
his instability, that made him susceptible to the red madness in the first place.
Let's see. Angel and all the dead souls hurt too. Oh, everything's going terrible. I just want nice, happy, fun stories. I assumed that this is what this game was going to be about. Happy, fun times. Happy, happy, fun times. What time is it? It is 10 a.m. I'm sure that means Jesper will be drinking in the Dancing Nomad.
In no bed, sorry.
Malfash's blessings. That pretty boy, you mean? Aye. He was here yesterday, all night long, with some noble woman. Haven't seen him since, though.
Oh.
He looked a little battered, if you ask me. You know him well? I see. You know what? If you're looking for him anyway, could you give him this once you find him? A courier brought it along a few hours ago.
Alright.
Aye. A young woman, apparently. Maybe one of his beloved, who knows. Seemed urgent, though. Anyway, I need to get back to work. I'll tell the guy you were looking for him if he comes back.
The plot thickens. What is this note? Ark. Temple. Pursue the first hint, second hint, and the third hint. Okay. Well, let's peruse our hints, shall we?
Where did I put that?
Alright, so the first... Yeah, there's one up there. Alright, let's start with the harbor. There we are. Harbor. There we are. around here there should be a clue. Oh, it's raining. How I'd love it if it were raining where I was. It would be cooler then. A sewer? Oh. Yeah, a sewer. Man, if I find some sort of disease that causes your blood to turn to iron or something down here, I will be most displeased. Of course. An eldritch. Why wouldn't there be an ooze? An eldritch glowing ooze with a skeleton in it. Alright, note. At the harbor.
I, Captain Yanu Ora, hereby confess my sins. For decades, I imprisoned men and women from all continents of Finn and sold them to the highest bidders. 462 men, 561 women, and 210 children have me to thank for a life spent in slavery. I don't remember their names. Now, however, the time of punishment has finally come, and I thank the Bone Judge who will carry out my judgment. Crucified, I shall be hoisted over a pool of acid whose caustic fumes will burn away the skin from my body. Nobody will come to my aid, and I will die in solitude, as I should. Yanu Orai, slaver.
Okay. Interesting. Chest. Okay, okay. Well, certainly the plot thickens. Did Jesper's family have something to do with slavery?
Sir?
I know. I shouldn't run around with my sword out.
Yes?
Ooh, a beer cellar. The museum.
My sir?
As a conduit.
Yeah, that should be it.
It's the claw I want. The claw, you say? Loot. Dynamo. What claw?
Yes? How may I be of service?
I did not see any claw.
Yes?
You know, let's go outside the city.
Yes?
It's another Myrad. Hey, buddy.
Yes?
Oh. I would probably not have noticed the sewers here. Will we find... Oh. Hi, spooky ghosts. Hey, Mr. Rat. Ooh, it's the reality hammer. I mean, neat. You know, let's take a little nap in the sewers. I'm sure that's healthy for me. Remind me to check to see what diseases I've caught when I finish down here. Go, my mighty goon! Bread. Yes, I know. It's sewer bread. But still bread. Ow. Oh. Aha! Food! Oh, it's spoiled. The baked potatoes are fine. So what was this guy's deal? Did they just surround him with food? While he starved to death, I wonder? Second note.
I, Ilaria Nettlegrass, hereby confess my sins. For years I murdered under the moniker of the Black Widow. Man or woman, young or old, it didn't matter as long as the pay was right. Never was I brought to justice for my crimes, for I always knew how to outwit the law. I am a despicable creature, without mind or compassion, no better than a rabid animal. Now, however, the time of punishment is
The Bone Judge. The second time we've heard that name.
The Bone Judge who will carry out my judgment. I shall remain in this cage until I die of starvation. Food and drink shall be within sight, but never within reach. Nobody will come to my aid, and I will die in solitude, as I should. Ilaria Nettlegrass, hired killer.
From a brother-in-arms. And a bunch of stuff with, again, words missing. Ooh, a goat skin. And I have to admit, that feels like a terrible way to go. Requires key, huh? I suppose you got a key in here, do you, miss? I'm not very good with keys. What's... That's just the Bone Pit. Guess now we know why he's called the Bone Judge. This is a lot of skulls. Pile of money. The Bone Judge has been working overtime. Though at least this isn't really a maze down here. Now, I feel really bad for maintenance workers in the city of Ark. They're going to be like, alright, we need you to do... Ooh, Ice Claw. Could you imagine being a city worker? Alright, you go to work, they're like, alright, you can sweep the streets, you can work on some chimneys, you can check the sewers, there's a blockage down by the main street. You're like, I don't want to do the sewers, there's always cartloads of skulls, and people being melted in acid pools. Do I have to do the sewer? Very awkward.
An outlander.
Yes?
Obulus, my son. Please.
Ugh.
Oh, thank you. You truly are a good.
No, I'm not. I'm a horrible... No, that's not true. I'm a good guy. I'm all about the justice and the good deeds, and I gave you money. Okay, saying, I assume the city workers eat most of the ice claws and can pick up a bus. I mean... that... Well, then I'm upset with the city workers. Because I want the ice claws. How dare they eat my rightful ice claws? Dirty thieving city workers. Eating ice claws. Those ice claws were clearly designed by God for adventurers, not for people who work in the city. The one thing occurs to me, like, could you imagine, like, you know how some people have those, like, little, you know, they have, like, a little, a mini garden, right? Just, like, a few little plants growing on, like, a balcony or outside a window, right? Could you imagine people doing that, but instead of those, they're growing ice claws? Or a kid's like, I don't want to clean my room. It's hard. And mom's just like, eat your ice claws and go clean your room. So is it down below? Where's this one gonna be? Well, here we go. Can I take a nap first? No. The old granary. I mean, who would ever go to a granary? Ah! Ah! Damn pesky rats. I mean, why would there be rats in a granary? Wait a minute. Hold on, hold on. I think I can answer that question. Ooh, a key for the oat cellar and a note. Honestly, old man, I don't get what all the fuss is about. I need storage. Your attic is almost empty. I'm not paying a goddamn 15 pennies per week. Isn't that enough? You act like you've got the jewels of the Golden Queen in your attic. Come on, give it a try. P.S. Regarding your rat problem, you have to find out where those critters come from. Maybe some holes in the walls. We found them. Put a big stone in front of it. Block it any other way. That should take care of it. Alright. Can I take the note? I want to take the note. You may say, BogMod, there's no need to take the note. To which I say, it's a lot of blood. That's also a lot of blood, and there was rats. Did they stake this person out to be fed to rats?
I, Borio Oakenvale, hereby confess my sins. For decades, I abducted children from the Undercity and locked them in
this guy's a terrible person.
Let them starve, and then sold them to the highest bidders, who, like me, were also driven by carnal sins and perverse desires. Now, however, the time of punishment has finally come, and I thank the Bone Judge who will carry out my judgment. In shackles, I will watch as a pack of rats eats the flesh from my bones. Nobody will hear me screams, just like there was no one to hear those other poor souls whose lives are destroyed. Signed, Borio Oakenvale, child trafficker and murderer.
Well, you know what? It's kind of funny, because of those, I think that the cold-blooded assassin was the least bad person of the lot. But that also would be a terrible way to go. But, you know, kind of a monster, so maybe it's not so bad. Once again, though, another mention of the Bone Judge. So here's now, obviously, if we look at these notes,
I, Borio Oakenvale, hereby confess me sins.
alright, maybe I can, hold on, I got a piece of paper here.
And lock them in this basement. I defiled them, let them starve,
You find a pen?
Sold them to the highest bidders, who, like me, were also driven by carnal sins and perverse desires. Now, however,
All right.
time of
So,
punishment has finally come. And I thank the BogMod who will carry out my judgments.
okay.
Captain Yanu Orai,
Oh, maybe not then.
I, Ilaria Nettlegrass, hereby confess my sins. For years I murdered under the moniker of the Black Widow. Man,
I was so sure
old.
that these letters...
I, Captain Yanu Orai, hereby
were actually going to be like a full sentence, but it doesn't look like that way.
Hereby confess me sins for decades.
No, it doesn't. That's too bad. Alright, well, never mind. I thought it was going to form like they were the missing letters of the other sentences, but it doesn't look like that is the case.
And sold them to the highest bidders, who, like me, were also driven by carnal sin.
I, Ilaria Nettlegrass, hereby confess my sins. For years I murdered under the moniker of the Black Widow. Man or woman, young or old, it didn't matter as long as...
I, Captain Yanu Orai, hereby confess.
Alright, well, maybe I was wrong. Anyways, let's go talk to Jesper. Jesper! He appears to be probably at the Dancing Nomad. You know that, Jesper.
Well met.
It's very interesting, though. The Bone Judge. Is Jesper the Bone Judge? My gut says no. Something... Oh. Ask away. What did you forget to ask after the Dark Chambers? Oh, what do I think has happened to the Black Libra? I'm not sure that they're I'm not sure that they're gone. I'm trying to collate what I know. I know the father interacted with him some. I know they were behind a series of murders, including which the Butcher of Ark was behind. I'm not convinced, that the Black Libra are necessarily gone. Now, there may be some more to be informed of when I read more of the Butcher of Ark. I'm wanting to find book 7. Possibly book 6. I think it's 7, though. But at this point, I don't know if the Black Libra is gone.
In my bed, sorry.
Jesper, oh, Jesper. Oh. I don't want to open this door.
Oh, just where did I put it?
I don't want to open this door. Oh. Oh, I was so worried Jesper was going to find your corpse. But I didn't.
You? Why are you here? What? No. Don't worry about it. I just needed some air. You know, I've had this question in my head for quite some time now, and I can't figure out the answer to it. Okay. Imagine a girl. Ever since she was a child, she's been abused by her father. Beaten, in other words.
Do I have to imagine this?
And eventually, her father dies. Then she falls in love with a man who has a lot of similarities with her father. She doesn't know why she loves him, but she does. And though it all seems nice in the beginning, he becomes more and more aggressive, starts screaming at her for no reason, until one day, he too grabs the cane she knows all too well. Now, the question. On a very conceptual level, who is responsible for the situation the woman's in? Her companion because he abuses her? The woman herself because she unconsciously picked a man similar to her father? Or her father because he was the one who beat her in the first place?
It's an interesting question. Now, the simple answer, of course, to this would be to blame the father, right? So this is one of those interesting things, right? Because a lot of games, I find, I'm kind of getting a little off track here. A lot of games that video games, I find, operate under a more of a principle of what's the word? Libertarian free will, basically. That no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, every decision that you make, in a practical sense, is a choice. And in this sort of sense, people do bad things because they ultimately choose to do them, right? If anyone can, if there's a thing that's scary, right? You just choose to face it, or you don't. I find that's the case in a lot of games, which is really, a very simple way to approach things. It makes stories easier to tell, right? When you can just be like, all right, this person chose to do this, or they chose to do that. Why is he a villain? Well, he ultimately chooses to be. He could have stopped at any point along the road, right? You don't just become a villain one day overnight. It's a series of steps, and at every step along the way, they chose to keep going. And of course, the same applies to the hero, right? Every time they do good, because they choose to do good. And it had enough to do with how they were raised or anything like that. It's just, they make this conscious decision for it. Now, of course, I don't think that's really how a lot of these things operate. I think, especially if you were to say, in philosophy, there's a position known as the PSR, the Principle of Sufficient Reason, which is that in any, which means ultimately that things happen for traceable reasons. That sort of thing is at odds with the idea of a libertarian free will, because ultimately, in a libertarian free will, there's no explanation for why a particular choice gets made. It's just you made the choice. But with the PSR, you can be like, so we know why this person acted the way they did because of X, Y, Z factors. It's more of a deterministic approach to a system. So in this case, you know, in the more simplistic way that a lot of games would treat this, who's at fault? The guy who beat her. Simple as that, right? Because he ultimately chose to hit her. She didn't choose to have him hit her. He chose to hit her. Now that's how a lot of these games would treat this. And that's probably also where our legal system would approach, in most cases, would approach things as well, right? Certainly, he's not trying to express the idea that she wanted him to do it. But if we're talking to ultimate causation, it is probably a mix of factors. But even though things can have a mix of factors, that doesn't mean that guilt or blame necessarily is equally mixed, right? Like, for example, what's an example? Yeah, you and your friends, you have some friends over to have a big party. One of them, right? You have a good time. One of them gets drunk, and he goes to drive. In a lot of cases, if they ended up driving drunk and they hurt someone, we would just say that the driver was ultimately at fault, even though ultimately you could probably say the party they attended was a contributing factor. And you see that in court cases too, where liability can be spread amongst things, or sometimes liability will end up being strictly decided to one causal factor. So, now that I've rambled on about a variety of legal, ethical, moral, philosophical topics, let's turn it back to this point. Because yeah, you could say, well. So here's we'll kind of talk about this. There's no such thing as guilt. We all only do as we are taught. Sadly, the problem with this, right? Going back to the discussion, well, then you have to say, well, who taught the father to treat her like that? And that's going to go down a chain, and then eventually you're going to be like, well, okay, so are we talking a never-ending, perpetual chain of abuse? That doesn't really seem to have a good answer, right? The companion, of course, he is the one who chooses to beat her. That, again, like I mentioned, would be the straightforward libertarian approach, right? He's the one who chooses to beat her. This assumes the position that people could just choose everything, right? But we've already talked, like you said, she subconsciously picked this guy. So what does that talk about in terms of choice? Putting the father. All right, again, that's talking about like a chain of causation. What's then the factor on the father? And then you got, at least in part, she never got over her past. That again points to the idea that there's a lot of causal factors explain that we can ultimately do that. So, that all said, also, actually, a lot of randomly aside on this as well, a lot of perspective about where fault lies also informs the point of a legal what's the word I'm looking for? Like prisons. There we go. The point of a prison, and what should happen to people who end up in prison. Obviously, if you're a person who has a perspective of it's all a matter of choice, right? Then the purpose of prison is more about punishment and possibly safety for others. Whereas if you are one who believes more in a variety of contributing factors, You may think of it more in terms of a rehabilitation place. Not saying these are all set in stone, just some ideas to think on. Now, as Kate mentions, keep in mind who I'm talking to. Ah, yes, Jesper. Oh, Jesper. Let's go with the philosophical on a conceptual level, because I don't mind saves coming.
But can you ever just get over your past? Is that even a conscious decision? I don't know.
So, like I said, that kind of talks to. Again, it's coming to a matter of how you view free will and choice.
No particular reason, I suppose. Anyway, you said you were looking for me. What's wrong? What, so the Archmagister really believes we Delverics owned one of those stones? I would have known that. Believe me, I've snuck inside our manor's treasure chamber more than once. And there was no black stone whatsoever. Not in the least, no. Setting aside the fact that what you're describing is bloody spooky, I don't have the slightest idea who might have an interest in sending me on this morbid paper chase through Ark. Either whoever did this is mistaken me for someone else, or we're dealing with a seriously disturbed individual. Yeah, I already suspected as much. But still, it doesn't change the fact that I have no idea who might be behind this. Then why he sent me this package and not, for example, the Ark Guard? No, none. That's... Wait. Could you show me those letters again? By the wise hermit, that's... No, that's not possible.
Ooh, does this have to do with his sister?
These fragments, if you combine all of them, they make a sentence. Knock, knock, who's there? Come in alone. If only you dare.
Oh, it did make, but I thought this, So here's why I stopped trying to do what he just did, right? Is when I looked at them, I thought they were actually ended up being different length sentences. Maybe that was just the text spacing. Different handwriting. Alright.
But, no, that doesn't make sense.
Well, what's in the package?
I know that phrase from my childhood.
Ah!
When we snuck out of the house to go on one of our expeditions. Yes, but no, that just doesn't make sense. The dealer's an apothecarian, not a goddamn assassin. You said one of the corpses you found was a hired killer. How in blazes could my sister kill someone like that? And why? Oh, come on, that's just bullshit. Even if the stone somehow gave her the power to do this, a dealer wouldn't hurt a fly. Come on, I'll prove it to you. Meet me in Duneville. I'll take you to our hideout.
Okay. But I'm kind of curious what other things he might say.
You? Why are you here? What? No, okay. Then she falls in, and though it all seemed... Now, the woman herself, because she unconsciously picked a man similar to her father. Or her father. Because he was the one... That's the comfortable answer.
Is it?
But doesn't that rid us of any kind of, I don't know, responsibility? Doesn't it make us slaves to our past?
I don't know that is a comfortable answer at all.
You? Why are you here? What? No, okay. Then she falls in love, and though it all seems... Now, the woman herself, because she unconsciously...
The idea that we are slaves to our past, I think, is actually an uncomfortable answer.
From a logical point of view, yes. He's the one ultimately responsible for hitting her. But does he really consciously choose to do so? Or perhaps he too only imitates what he learned from his father?
I mentioned those very things.
I don't know. You? Why are you here? What? No, okay. Then she falls in love, and though it all seems... Now, the woman herself, because she unconsciously... That's what I thought too. Because he was the first link in the chain, so to speak. But what if he too was beaten?
I mentioned that.
If he only recreated what he knew? I don't know. No particular reason, I suppose. Anyway, you said you were looking for me. What's wrong? You? Why are you here? What? No, okay. then she fought, and though it all seemed... Now, the woman herself, because she unconsciously picked. But can you ever just get over your past? No particular reason, I suppose. What, so the Archmagister... Not no... Either whoever did this is mistaken me. Yeah, I already suspected as much. No, none. I, the wise hermit, that's... These fragments, if you combine all... But I know that phrase from my childhood. Yes, but... And why? Oh, come on, come on. I'll prove it to you. Meet me
Alright,
in Duneville.
to Duneville!
Hideout.
I'm gonna eat a baked potato, though. I found it in a sewer where it was being used to torture a woman as she died a painful starvation death. You can taste the suffering.
Is it important?
No, it's not!
In no bed, sorry. In no bed, sorry.
Greetings.
Tender friends of the granulous
Yes?
melt away in rapture as a crunchy loaf of bread wanders from
I want to go to the Myrads.
Huh? Can I help you?
Now that we've seen all 3, or all 4, I suppose, answers, those of you watching, who would you have blamed of those 4 options?
Walk blessed, friend. Where are you headed?
Or, I mean, like me, and there's a lot of contributing factors. But you gotta put the blame, well, you don't have to, I suppose, put the blame somewhere.
Sure. Where to?
Or does it matter, like I talked about, who has the most blame? Because obviously I would imagine... Actually, no, I suppose I could imagine somebody who was in those kinds of situations could have a variety of different answers about who was at blame. Because I can easily see someone who's like, was in that situation being like, well, it was clear the person who hit the person, right, the aggressor, it's their fault. But I can also, you know, there's obviously people who are like, who recognize that they keep putting themselves in bad situations and recognizing that aspect of themselves. And that would be someone who'd be like, well, maybe that person themselves to blame. So, luckily, or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, the law would say, yeah, it's the guy's fault. He hit her. End of story. Alright, well, where am I going? Whee! Ow! It's okay. The baked potato will heal my broken legs. And obviously, like, you'd never want to tell someone who was trying to get out of that situation, yeah, really, if you think about it, it was your fault. That'd be terrible. Hey, buddy.
Ah, there you are. Our old manor's in the desert, a few miles to the northwest from Duneville. It's quite a march, but doable.
To the hideout near his old estate. Alright. Which is up there. The old estate of the Delverics. Like I said, another reason that he kind of touches on it, why it's easy in games to go with the kind of libertarian view about the choices we make. right, is that it's a simpler answer, right? You don't have to worry about the complexities of economics and upbringing. You don't have to worry about any of that sort of stuff. You can just be like, yep, bad guy bad, good guy good. Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to stab you. You kind of moved in front of me. But the other hand is also, of course, and he kind of talks about that. If you put it all to these other factors, then on what grounds do you hold anyone accountable for their actions? Right? If I only push someone down a stairwell, I'm gonna make up a thing, because of my horrible father who pushed me down stairwells. That's not the case. I love my dad. He never pushed me down nothing. Kill you and you and I need to drink a potion. Yeah, like I talked about, just one point. Oh, I don't want to throw it out. There we go. Nope. Cream pie. There we go. Yeah, like questions of responsibility and who is to be held. Like, how do you punish someone if you've decided that ultimately it's not their fault? It's because of the factors that they had growing up. And that's why, like I mentioned, what do you see the point of prison as? Is it punishment? Is it for safety? Is it for rehabilitation? Banditos! Go, my abomination against nature! Like, let's be honest. Who's at fault there? Like, am I at fault for murdering them and taking all of their clothing? Or really, maybe it's their fault I killed them and took their clothing? I think we can agree it was their fault. I'm the real victim.
Since I was last here. Come on, we're almost there.
To the hideout. Kitty!
Carts. They must belong to prospectors. That means someone has found our little cave since then. Seems no secret can stay secret forever. Anyway, let's go on in. I'll prove to you this is all nonsense.
Oh, this is gonna go badly, isn't it? I can already sense it now. Also, of course, you were warning me. It's all gonna go downhill from here. Old Shadow Steel Mine. There we are. Not as tough as the ones that had maggots.
Lost ones. If these are running free here, I suppose there's not much left of the diggers. Farther down, yeah. They belong to an old landlord. When Adela and I came here, we always made sure the gate stayed shut. But someone must have opened it. Or maybe the Red Madness awakened the corpses and they did it themselves. Poor sods.
Oops, that's not the button. I was trying to loot. Haha, caught the firefly. Oh, there we go. Here's a miner. But he did not transform into a lost one. He didn't digivolve. I mean, we'll solve the mystery of your sister in a second, buddy. But I mean, it would be a shame to not put that... get that medal. See? There's just... Like, I think we can agree as well that he's at fault for me mining that shadow steel. If he didn't bring me here, I wouldn't have done it. Do 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 do. Moss. What the heck am I climbing? It's quite the cave you and your sister used to hang out in. Oh. We'll come back to that door, I promise you.
There, up ahead. That's the clearing where Adela and I always went. If someone's waiting for us, then it'll be there. I don't think we should go down together. If Adela really is waiting down there, and I'm still not sure she is, I'm pretty confident she wants me to come alone, as our code said. So I suggest you stay hidden and cover my back. Well, truth be told, I think that if it is her, then it is talking that she's after. Remember when I told you that I've been worried about her for quite some time now?
Yeah, I remember that.
On the ship. What I'm saying is, if she really wanted to kill me, she could have already done it. All of this morbid paper chase, I think she wants to tell me something. Which is why it's so important for me to go alone. Who knows what she'd think if I showed up with someone else.
All right. Jesper, I'm giving you some trust here, buddy. Putting my faith in you. We're friends, and friends deserve to be depended on.
Yeah. You see that platform up ahead? This will get me down to the pit. You should take the path through the crypt, just down that tunnel a few steps back from here. Then stay hidden. This is all just a misunderstanding, I'm sure of it.
I'm much less convinced, buddy. Oh, I don't want Jesper to die. I liked Jesper. I said, using the past tense, as if he's already dead. I mean, he's still okay with me taking my time to loot bodies, right? I hope so. Because I'm definitely going to take the time to loot bodies. Sarah lost one. I mean, friendship only goes so far. Ooh. I'm going to take a little more mana. Oh no! I'm carrying too much loot. Dang you! Let's see. What is the heaviest that I'm wearing? Oh, this rune shield. Alright, we'll ditch that. And that. Ah! So it means dry, by the way. Does it? In what language? Weird Enderalian language or like a real language? Right, let's drop a save right here. Sneak, 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 sneak.
So you came. I have to admit, I didn't expect that.
English? No, dry means dry in English.
True. What is this? Why am I here? And what did you do to that man?
Still as forgetful as you were back then, aren't you, brother? To the circle, now!
Ah, of course.
On your knees.
The German part of it.
Now look at him, Jaspar. Look at him carefully.
Valencio Duran. By the name of the sun.
The man who killed our family. Correct. You should have seen it. How he screamed and begged for mercy. Pathetic. But I'm afraid I've got bad news for you, Valencio. Never again. I'll make sure that you never again hurt anyone. And I'll enjoy it. Just as I'll enjoy what I'll do to all those who are up next.
Adila, please. This is ridiculous. You have no idea what you're saying, let alone what you're doing. Please, just...
I know damn well what I'm doing. Better than I ever did. I'll continue where Father had to stop. And I'll make them all pay. All these bastards who think they are above justice. I should have known you wouldn't understand. Just look at you, staring off into space and asking all these stupid questions. But you know what? I'm not here to justify myself. I'm here because I think that despite all you did, despite all you became, you deserve to witness justice as much as I do. To see this bastard pay for what he's done. And believe me, I will not make it.
Oh, she's the bone judge, isn't she?
The Blackstone. Oh, damn. Then it's really true.
You know of the stone?
Yes. Yes, listen to me, Adila. Whatever you've done over the past months, you didn't do it of your own free will. The stone, it's evil, and it controls you.
What is this, Jaspar? One of your brilliant jokes? We Dalverics have had this stone for generations. Father, he lived this calling, but he failed to see what the stone really was. A gift of fate, a means for us to carry out our destiny, to bring justice to a world where there is none. But I see it, and I will use it.
No, you're seeing this wrong. The stone, it's cursed. It wants you to... Shit! Damn it! I just don't know what to say.
Surprise, Jespar. You never did. But it doesn't matter now. Go, Jespar. I've changed my mind. I got sentimental. Thought I owed you this, but I really don't. You don't understand me, just as you never understood Father.
Aww.
And listening to you talk.
Jesper, buddy.
Remember why I
My heart goes out to him.
all these years. Just look at what you've become. Running around and working for the kind of people Father tried to bring down. Treasure hunter. You're a thug. You might as well just have spit on Father's grave.
Yeah, you know. All right. This is getting us nowhere. You obviously think you know what you're doing, but you don't. Which is why you'll now give me the stone. Before it'll make you do something you'd regret.
We're gonna kill her, and he's gonna be sad.
The black stone. You'll give it to me. Something bad's about to happen, and without it, we won't be able to stop it. You can keep doing whatever it is that you do, but you'll have to do it without magic. I'm sorry if this isn't what you wanted to hear.
So, this is why you really came. You want the stone for yourself. What did they pay you, Jespar, huh?
What? No.
Go.
Adela,
Go!
As you wish. I'm sorry.
Oh no! Jesper!
What? Who are you?
Oh. Yeah.
I know. You damn fool, Jespar. You bloody damn fool. I guess I should have known he wouldn't have come alone. He always had a problem with
Yep, she's got the red eyes.
So you are what? His sidekick? What will you do? Fight me? I have to warn you, that's a bad idea. I thought so.
Oh, I'm gonna take you down. Nope. We're gonna go down the old infinite corridors of infinite time, everybody.
Yeah, you know.
What in blazes? I told you to come along.
What the?
Is this
No!
some kind of ambush?
But don't.
How could you, damn it? How could you?
You'll now give. No, Adela, you're
Screw
taking this
you.
the wrong way. I have.
Your turn.
Is there no way to... Is there no way to save him? What if I'd gone down with him? Or is this just how the game is progressing with everything is awful? Because I'm inclined to save him if I can. Oh, apparently she does not get stripped when I loot her of all her gear. This is how the game is progressing. Ah, so I can't save him. Aw, I'm sad now. Poor Jesper. Well, then I'm going to give him the chance to at least say his part.
All right. This is getting us nowhere.
He won't die thinking that everything was ruined because his buddy, his friend, jumped in and ruined things.
Let you do something you'd regret.
What?
The Black Stone. You'll give it to me. Something bad's about to happen.
I'll let him do his bit.
You can keep doing whatever it is that you do, but you'll have to do it without magic. I'm sorry if this isn't what you wanted to hear.
So, this is why you really came. You want the stone for yourself. What did they pay you just for, huh?
What? No.
Go.
Adila, I...
Go!
As you wish. I'm sorry.
It's exploded. Hello, miss. Hello.
What? Who are you?
You're the bad person. You'll die for that. By the name of the sun, I swear it.
I thought so.
There we are. So now she's dead, good and proper again. And I take the black stone. Ooh, the red sun. Take that too. Alright. Turn back. I'm sorry, Jesper! I'm sorry. I don't care about you. Alright, well, I guess we're going back to Ark. Is this one of those situations where I teleport back to Ark? Or what do I do? Ah! Are you the... Yep.
Unexpectedly, death calls us to him. It is bitter, is it not?
It's a good thing I didn't try and scroll back. You are the one who killed Sirius.
You are angry because you blame me for the death of your friend. But I only did what had to be done.
So this is interesting. I'm going to diverge slightly again from the storyline here to talk about something else. I've been playing, there's this JRPG series I've been playing called The Legend of Heroes. And it's got one of those situations. Well, I think it'll have one of these situations where, like, there's a terrible doom, right? And you got to do these terrible things to stop the terrible doom, right? And going into the something I've talked about before, some of the ideas I have about more complexity in villains is about if there are alternate ways to solve a problem, right? Like if imagine some disaster, right? Like say there's a flood or a disease, sure, a disease, a flood, an earthquake, a fire, blah 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 blah, a war, right? And the only way to stop, or and you've got a situation, you can either let 5,000 people die, or you kill 100 to save 3,000, right? As I've talked about, like the morality and the trolley problems and all that sort of thing. A lot of them rely on the idea that you can't do anything different. So I'm always a little weirded out, or not weirded out, but concerned when these sorts of I had to do it scenarios come up for it. Because part of the question is, well, is this one of those kind of arbitrary, no, you don't understand, you ultimately have to do this unless you want this worst thing to happen, and there really is no other alternate question. So, let's go with, what had been, you almost killed me!
You are furious about the danger I brought upon you. But what would have happened if I hadn't been there in that ship? Let us dare a glimpse, Prophet. A glimpse into the reality which you prefer to this one. 3 hours after your brawl, Captain Rosio's ship enters the harbor of Ark. You wait until the noise falls silent, and together with your friend, you sneak onto the deck. And you almost make it. A few arms lengths from the safety of the dock, a sailor named Rajik takes note of your presence. There is no need for an explanation as to who you are. And maybe on a normal day, Rajik would have let you run. But not today. For years, he has been eagerly awaiting his promotion to become a petty officer of the 8th class. And yet today, it was announced that his loathed rival had won it instead of him. And how angry he is. How furious. And who knows? Maybe it is not too late. What better way to impress the captain than to be the one who discovers 2 stowaways who have eaten the crew's bread for a month? From there, it ends quickly. One sword for your neck, the other one for your friends, and no one to grant you
I was waiting.
this time. But that is not what happened. The first beat of a wing, and where are you now? You have abilities others wouldn't even dare to dream of. You can hear the echo of the future, and you will make decisions whose extent even you will barely understand. So tell me, Prophet, isn't that a fate preferable to the other?
Now, you know, the beat of a wing thing kind of refers to the butterfly effect. The idea that the wing, the flapping of a wing of a butterfly down to the Amazon can cause a tornado some other part of the world. You know, how, you know, a lot of little things lead to big outcomes. Though she also mentioned, and I did catch this game, no one there to give me a second life. Yeah. That's an interesting comment. Of course, the idea that we can't see the future is also interesting, because we got the whole echo thing going on. But, yeah, there's no reason that I should necessarily believe her.
You accuse me of lying, and your doubts are justified, for I cannot see the future. However, there is no need for that. All that is required is a glimpse beyond the surface, and suddenly it becomes clear that we are nothing but a sea of endless possibilities. And if one listens long enough, the shapeless takes on form, and the unfathomable becomes tangible.
Let's go with the more.
You ask if I can see more than just this branch, and the answer is yes, I can. But considering what I am, that is not much of a feat. You wonder what I am, yet your question should not be what, but where. And the answer to this is everywhere. What you see right now is merely a splinter.
I mean, I'd still like to know the what.
You want to know if what threatens you threatens other realities too. And yes, it does. The cycle is a logical consequence born from the right circumstances. And these are not limited to your branch. You wonder whether I belong to those whom you fight. But no, I do not. The High Ones, humanity, the emissaries, these are but elements of the game. I am more than that. You think my intention is to disconcert you, but you're wrong. I am here because you think it was I who took someone you cared for. And although you err, I do not like being seen as a destroyer. Which is why I will wipe away my debt, which was never there to begin with. Step back.
Oh, she's gonna bring it back to life? Interesting. Interesting. You know, while you're bringing my friend back to life, you don't mind if I have a cream pie, do you? Can you just imagine it? I'm about to see an actual resurrection, and I'm busy.
Farewell, Prophet. Maybe we will meet again. Maybe not.
Hey, buddy. You doing okay? Yeah.
That's my name.
Is it?
But Adela, what happened?
She wouldn't listen to reason.
But I only remember a flash of fire and then darkness. Everything's so blurry.
Ooh, I wonder. So there's an interesting question to be had here, right? Remember what we learned about from the father about soul transference? And how Letho, they think, yes, cream pies and necromancy. They just naturally go together. But, so I just had a thought. When we learned about Letho, and the father, he had his little speech about the transferring souls and all that, and how he thinks Letho lost something. Has Jesper lost something here? Is he actually missing a piece of his soul? It's just interesting that, of course, we have to deal with this resurrection, having followed just last time I played, dealt with the whole concept of the soul and transcending the body's limits and what happens to you after you die. Do we just become magical energy, right? Did the veiled woman just assemble some random magical energy in the shape, quote unquote, of Jesper's soul and shove it back in? I think in light of what happened at the temple and what we learned about the whole Rolata storyline, there's some interesting thoughts to be had about what this actually means, what happened.
What? What? Okay, I'm sorry, but this is all just a little too much.
I understand, yeah.
Please, just give me some time with my sister, alright? Go back to Ark with that bloody stone. Go anywhere, but please, just leave me alone.
I'm sorry, buddy. I really am. I did loot her weapon. I hope you... Oh! Sorry. I'm just laughing. I'm imagining an alternate timeline, right? Imagining this alternate timeline. Imagine the alternate timeline where I got to do the things I normally did. So, Jesper's dead. What do? And imagine I had enough carrying space. I loot the random guy. I loot his sister. I loot his body. He comes back to life. He's naked. His sister is in a pile of her own blood nearby, also naked. And I'm just holding a bundle of bloodied clothing like, shoving a cream pie in my face. Oh, yeah, we were dead. What else was I supposed to do? Oh, that would have just been the worst. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? I don't think our friendship would have survived it. I don't think it would have survived it. That would have been awkward. Little awkward. Coming back to life, only to see your friend has stripped your dead sister naked and stolen her stuff. Yeah, it would be a little weird. But yeah, no, I do think, also, to touch back on, now that this extra stuff has come up, what does this imply about, because we found a body of ourself, what does this imply about us? Because this gets into some interesting questions about the idea of duplicating a soul, for lack of a better word. There was a TV show called Genlock, I believe it was, which had kind of a similar idea. They'd figure out a way to mechanically transfer a mind into a machine, right? And that effectively meant that they could reduce the mind down to data, to ones and zeros. And once it's just a hard drive full of data, you can duplicate that. You can copy that. And then what's the implication about who is the real person? Right? I think there might be some questions to be had about our character in this case, in light of what we learned about the idea of soul being just dispersed into magical energy. If you can just take a bundle of magical energy, rebuild it in the form, a prior form, does that count as the same person? If you can duplicate someone's mind, right? Or if you could magically just, dissolve someone and then reconstitute two beings identical to that first person, who would be the original? Who would be real? Would they both be that person? It's an interesting thought. Let's go back to Ark, though. Let's let him grieve. Do you want a potato, maybe, buddy? No, he probably doesn't want a potato. All right. Let's see. The Butcher of Arkham with the Black. So I haven't found all the books. I don't want to skip ahead in the books, but I assume from what you're saying that the books of the Butcher will tell us more about what the Black Libra used the Room of the Paintings for. All right. Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna go sleep first. I'm gonna sleep. I'm going to sell all of my excess loot. I'm going to not put the Black Pearl into my safe of holding. Because I would never do that. I would never take a vital quest important item, like a pearl or a human heart, and put it in the chest. I'm gonna keep a hold of it. And then we can start. When we play next, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that straight. Red Sun. I mean, it has historical value, so I'm gonna throw that in. Yeah, Blackstone. We'll keep that. Guess I keep the bottle for now. Right. Yeah, so we'll do all that, and I can do some off-screen selling of gear. And yeah, and then next time when we play, we can go in fresh about dealing with the fallout of this little event. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I like that this game certainly isn't shying away from some interesting philosophical concepts, both about, morality, free will, determinism. Now we're bringing up questions of the soul, who's real, what does it mean to be a person, if you could maybe take just a bundle of magical energy and rebuild it are. Part 6 in the Relata Temple. Oh, okay. We'll have to go back there later. Ooh, I better grab my... grab that so that I don't get in trouble when I go back in there. Excellent. And yeah, next time we can go read part 6. So at least I can be a little more up to date. Yeah, interesting stuff. I like it. I'm glad that Jesper's not dead. I'm sad Lashiri is. And we'll leave it there.